The Barbie movie has reinvigorated the nearly 65-year-old doll brand, but things haven't always been a dream for Mattel's fashion icon. These Barbie variations had critics fuming. In 1965, Mattel released Slumber Party Barbie. She was adorned in a pink robe and satin pajamas, and had her own hair care items, including curlers, a blue comb, and bobby pins. The doll also came with a pink bathroom scale, which was fixed to 110 pounds, and a diet book titled How to Lose Weight, which had some bold instructions for weight loss printed on the back. Don't eat. Mattel removed the controversial scale the following year, but Slumber Party Barbie's guidebook remained. The doll brings to mind the many objections to Barbie critics and fans alike have made over the years, primarily having to do with the unrealistic body image the doll seems to promote. In 2013, Mattel was back in the news after the company released Mexico Barbie. The company was clearly attempting to bring more diversity into the fold, but ended up being lambasted for promoting stereotypes. The Mexico Barbie was part of the brand's Dolls of the World collection and was described as, quote, being dressed for a fabulous fiesta. It came with 2 accessories, a chihuahua and a passport.
Really, people? Really? Like, where do we get these dolls? That stereotypes are us?
Jason Ruiz, a professor of American Studies at Notre Dame University, told ABC News that Mexican Americans were tired of being portrayed as merely colorful, adding, "It sounds to me like Mattel took some shortcuts. The bright pink ribbons in her hair, a chihuahua, that kind of stuff is so easy to use." Claudia Martinez, staff writer for the website Mamas Latinas, said she found it jarring that Mexico Barbie had a passport, given the ongoing conversation surrounding Latin American immigration to the U.S. She said, "If you happen to be one of the cultures who is continuously bombarded with stereotypes, it's hard not to notice that the progress you thought had been made has been taken for granted." The first Barbie Babysitter debuted all the way back in 1963 and came with the same How to Lose Weight diet book sold with Slumber Party Barbie. On another try at using the name more than 50 years later, in 2014, Barbie Babysitter was part of a line focused on careers. Other dolls in the line included those with callings such as nurse, doctor, ice skater, music teacher, and entrepreneur. People noticed that the rest of the jobs were a little more professional in nature. As the gamer pointed out, Mattel could have saved the day by making this Barbie an early childhood education specialist. Barbie could have even managed a daycare. There were a number of options that the brand could have pursued instead of the job teenagers usually do for a little extra cash. Mattel partnered with Nabisco in the mid-1990s to create a Barbie doll that could promote both brands in a positive light. The result was Oreo Fun Barbie, a white doll dressed in an Oreo-themed blue dress. It proved enormously popular, so in 2001, Mattel released a new Oreo Barbie. There was a black version, which was not nearly as well received. While it can be assumed that the brand had the best intentions, Oreo is a well-known derogatory word for a black person who acts white, as one Instagram user explained. The doll was immediately met with a wave of outrage and was ultimately discontinued. Teen Talk Barbie hit shelves in 1992. Each doll had a voice box, which was programmed with 4 of 270 possible phrases. People noticed that a number of the phrases were vaguely problematic, such as, "Let's plan our dream wedding," and "Will we ever have enough clothes?" But the doll also offered up phrases like, "I'm studying to be a doctor."
"I'd love to shop, don't you?"
One phrase in particular, though, rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. Some of the dolls were programmed to complain, "Math class is tough." Many said this perpetuates the stereotype that girls don't like or aren't good at math. The National Council of Teachers of Mathematics and the American Association of University of Women both issued complaints about the dolls. According to the book Good Toys, Bad Toys: How Safety, Society, Politics, and Fashion Have Reshaped Children's Playthings, the doll also ended up a pop culture punchline.
"I've waited my whole life to hear you speak. Don't you have anything relevant to say?"
"Don't ask me. I'm just a girl."
News that Barbie would be on the cover of about 1,000 issues of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition, which were to be distributed at a New York toy fair, came out in 2014, amid reports that Mattel was suffering losses and looking for a way to inject energy back into the brand. Barbie posed in the magazine alongside real models, and a tie-in doll was released. A Mattel spokesperson explained to NBC News at the time, "Posing in SI gives Barbie and her fellow legends an opportunity to own who they are, celebrate what they have accomplished, and show the world it is okay to be capable and captivating." The doll ruffled some parents' feathers as another example of Barbie representing unrealistic expectations and standards for body image and size.
You're conflating basically a child's toy with male adult fantasy.
But it seemed that Mattel was prepared for the potential backlash, as the campaign ran with the hashtag unapologetic. Another Mattel spokesperson explained to Ad Age that the doll is no stranger to controversy, saying, "As with Barbie, every year the swimsuit edition sparks conversations about women and body image, and Sports Illustrated stands unapologetically behind this issue that women, in reality, love." The 1992 Rappin' Rockin' Barbie was introduced along with 3 of her friends, Teresa, Christy, and Ken. All 4 dolls carried their own boombox that even played a beat. Mattel was clearly trying to capitalize on the rise of hip-hop culture, but critics saw the doll, which wore a gold chain, large hoop earrings, and gold rings, as being appropriative. A college student told the Los Angeles Times in a 1992 article, "They're reducing our culture to a fad." Walter Allen, a sociology professor at UCLA, added, "That's the dilemma of being Black in this society. A situation where you're inside, but you're outside. That position where people scorn you, but imitate you."